You have no idea what this show is about. Do you?
I do.
Oh, you do?
But I just can't explain it.
I can't explain it.
Not right now.
Live from the Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Dale and Scott.
June 7th, 2022 in the house.
It's almost Juneteenth.
Almost Juneteenth. That's true. It's this coming Sunday.
Yeah.
Are you planning to celebrate?
By gambling.
By gambling. Hey, just in time for summer barbecues, y'all. If you guys have a charcoal grill in your backyard, Miller Lite has infused charcoal briquettes with Miller Lite, and they're calling it Griller Time. Get it?
Love it.
Griller Time, Miller Time.
Love it.
4-pound packs are $11.99, only available online. And guess what, Dale? As we've heard so many times on this show, it's a limited time only.
Yeah, I mean,
now who the fuck is going to go out and buy Miller Lite beer coal? That's what they're calling it, beer coal.
They're gonna sell out.
They of course they're going to sell out because it's a limited edition thing, and everyone loves limited edition things. But
I mean, you keep bitching about this.
Who wants your meat?
Shit, and I do too.
But you want your
brilliant.
Meat,
it's brilliant.
You want your meat to taste like Miller Lite.
There's a lot of recipes that if you add beer, especially the best thing is fish and chips.
Oh, beer battered fish and chips.
Add a Bud Light, Miller Lite, and it's...
Oh, people do add beer to lots of things. That's true. All right, so we're trying to get you in the mood for summer because it's almost here. I mean, literally here in the Vegas Valley, it's already summer.
It's fucking hot.
It's literally, I think
101.
I think it's 101 right now here in Vegas.
Yeah.
As we're taping this show, and it's not even summer yet. It's still spring.
Yeah.
Summer doesn't start till June 21st.
Well, wait till you get to those 120s.
That's going to be fun. Hey, in related news, nobody needs that. That's the nobody needs that news, right? What is it I'm talking about? I'm talking about Dijon Mustard ice cream. Come on.
And they're going to sell out.
They're
going to fucking sell out.
The New York-based Van Leeuwen Ice Cream Company has released a limited edition ice cream concoction with the help of Grey Poupon. So it's basically mustard-flavored ice cream with salted pretzel pieces inside it. And that's their summer flavor.
They're going to sell out.
Come on.
They're going to fucking sell out.
So I didn't know this. I don't know this company, Van Leeuwen, but apparently they're pretty big. And they come out with their summer flavors. It's not just mustard and pretzels. They also have campfire s'mores. That sounds good.
That's fine.
Summer peach crisp.
That sounds fine.
Honey cornbread with strawberry jam.
That sounds awful.
And espresso chip. Espresso chip sounds good.
It's just coffee ice cream.
The brand's previous attention-getting limited-time flavors included a Popeye-themed spinach ice cream and a Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream.
What the fuck does Popeyes have to do with spinach?
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Oh, that guy. I'm thinking the chicken.
Oh, you were thinking chicken. No, we're thinking the Sailor Man.
I see now.
Where can you get all of these wonderful flavors of ice cream? Walmart, of course.
It doesn't matter because nobody wants them.
Only available for 10 weeks, and then when the 10 weeks are up, they'll come out with 5 new stupid flavors.
This, my friends, is the Swish Edition. From their secret underground studio, this is the Swish Edition.
We got a mouthful for you guys.
Dale and Scott are in the studio on the mics, and they fired up the antenna.
It has to come whether you like it or not.
And if you're willing to show it, they'll take a picture of it.
I actually think I might throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, here are your new best friends. They're your hosts.
It's very exciting for me because this is the best show ever made.
Dale and Scott.
Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Okay, please.
Listen, Viva Las Vegas is one of Elvis Presley's most famous songs. We hear it a lot here in Vegas. They use it for lots of things. Because what else would you use except an Elvis song in Vegas, right?
I don't know if I've heard it once while living here.
Shut up. You're so stupid. I hate you. Why are you even here?
Because it's true.
I could just do the show myself.
Have you heard it once in a public space while we've been here? No, not once have you heard it here.
The brand management company, the name of it is Authentic Brands Group. Did you know that they own Elvis? They own.
That's unlike Brown Bag Brands.
Yes, that's true. That was my previous company a long time ago. Authentic Brands Group owns the rights to the Elvis Presley likeness and his everything Elvis.
Okay.
The estate has sent cease and desist letters a few weeks ago to everything that does Elvis stuff, including the very lucrative Las Vegas wedding chapel business.
That was going to be my question. Is so you can't get married by Elvis anymore unless you pay a hefty fee?
That's what ABG has said. And of course, people went bananas and went crazy because they've been doing this for decades. Elvis has been marrying people for decades, including just a couple weeks ago, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker.
Yeah.
So anyway, the guys who own Elvis, ABG, they said that the Chapels and others who are using Elvis as their, I don't know, ulterior motive? No.
No, not ulterior motive.
They're pretending to be Elvis, to marry people.
The likeness.
The likeness. They need to apply for licensing agreements.
So I'm waiting for like Disney to get the people in those horrible fucking costumes.
Oh, right.
That are on the strip that want to take pictures with people.
Right.
And they're not even like
they're not licensed.
They're not licensed for sure, and they also don't even look great.
They don't look right. You're right.
They buy the cheapest fucking Lycra costume.
But does Disney go? Does Disney go after stuff as aggressively as these Elvis Presley people are going after? I don't know.
I feel like that. The matters at hand should just go another direction because these people are not hurting your business.
No, of course. I think
they are obviously,
it it's a parody.
Not
Elvis.
Well, of course.
Is that where you're? That's not where you're
not
going.
Where I was going.
I was putting words in your mouth.
Yes,
I'm sorry,
but I'm talking about like Disney should not make a fuss because I think it would make them look ridiculous. Considering what those people look like on the street.
Agreed. So if they go after,
and it's also the people and the Elvis people.
Right.
It's obviously. I mean, if you trademark it like this, is that a thing? Maybe. I assume it is.
It is a thing. So the ABG people.
So maybe it's legit.
Here's a quote from the ABG people. They said, "As guardians of the Elvis Presley estate, it is our responsibility to safeguard his legacy." And I get that. If you don't do it, I get it. Because if you don't do it, you've lost control. If Disney didn't tell some company that was using Mickey Mouse in their advertising, they can't use Mickey Mouse in their advertising.
That's different.
They would lose control of Mickey Mouse.
That's different. That is totally different than what the random guy who makes $100 just putting on a white suit and putting Vaseline in his hair and slicking it back, pretending to be Elvis. It's completely different.
Anyway, ABG originally said they can't do it anymore, but then they reversed course when they got lots of pushback from people. And they said that these chapels and these individuals can apply for a licensing agreement, and it's really not that much. It's a couple $100 a month. So for 100 couple, let me start over. For a couple $100 a month, you can call yourself Elvis if you want, and you can marry people at a chapel here in Las Vegas.
I think
that's reasonable.
No, I actually think it's a little bit expensive.
Yeah, but you're using someone else's likeness as your own, and it's not you. If he was still alive, I think it would be a different story. Totally.
Well, yeah.
What if people were like pretending to be Madonna, marrying people at the Madonna chapel?
Nobody wants that.
Priscilla Presley Priscilla Presley, who was famously married to Elvis, obviously, was asked by TMZ just the other day about the controversy. She said it has nothing to do with me.
Good for her.
I sold this a long time ago. She and her daughter, Lisa Marie, they sold that shit. They don't have anything to do with Elvis anymore.
I just think it's a fight that's not worth fighting for. I mean, these people aren't. They aren't making fucking millions standing at a little church.
It's pretty stupid.
Or at a drive-through window, as they like to do here.
Yeah.
Marrying fucking people. It's just a waste of time, and I think it makes you look like a dick.
So where were you 28 years ago? Do you remember? 28 years ago was 1994. It was the year after I got out of college.
I was 13.
This is when Mariah Carey's most famous song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, came out. 28 years later, songwriter Andy Stone has sued Mariah Carey and Sony, who put out the song, because they believe that Carey took inspiration from his song that he wrote in 1989, which has the same name, All I Want for Christmas Is You. I call bullshit on this one.
Bullshit.
One, where have you been for 28 years, motherfucker?
Exactly.
Stone alleges that Carey never sought or obtained permission for the use of the title All I Want for Christmas Is You, which is bullshit because, as we know, song titles, book titles are not copyrightable. No. We know that. It's already a fact. And he said that he never gave permission, consent, or license to use the title. Well, all right. You
don't own the title.
You're already wrong there.
You wasted money.
Yeah. There are dozens of songs that are in circulation right now with that same title. Carey's just happens to be the most popular. Carey's song has been streamed 1 billion times on Spotify, and Spotify's pretty new in comparison to 28 years.
Yeah.
The album is 6 times platinum. It has a book that was made out of it, a movie, a documentary, specials that Carey has done. And as of 2017, which was several years ago, the song has made over $60 million in royalties.
Yeah.
So basically, Andy Stone just wants a piece of that pie.
He ain't getting it.
He's not getting it. And in all accounts, his song sounds nothing like her song.
Yeah.
It just happens to have the same fucking title.
And it's funny though, is like I was a big Mariah Carey fan. I was.
Yeah.
But I'm a 90s Mariah Carey fan.
Right.
And she's coming to the likeness of Madonna now. Is like, just go away. Just fucking go away.
Well, she's not.
And the thing
she's
is,
not posting pictures of her rolling around on her bed in her underpants as 60-something years old.
No, I get that. And the thing is that she's got it fucking made. This is a woman who makes probably almost $0, right? From January through November.
She makes all her money off
and
this
she
one
makes
song.
$1 billion from December 1st to December 25th.
That's why Andy Stone.
She's got it fucking made.
That's why Andy Stone wants a piece of it.
Fucking made.
He wants a
However,
piece of it.
don't ever watch. Don't even waste your fucking time watching those goddamn Mariah Carey specials on Apple TV.
No, they're pretty
It's a
stupid.
waste of time. Stupid. Not even worth sitting on the couch for.
Equally dumb and equally stupid is. Have you heard about this? Do you know who?
I've seen this woman.
Do you know who Mary Magdalene is?
I've seen this woman.
Now, if you guys are religious people, you think you know who Mary Magdalene is, but do you know who the current Mary Magdalene is? She is an Instagram, I want to say star, but I think that's kind of saying too much. She's basically an internet phenomenon, which basically she's only famous because she's got these fucking boobs. These fake boobs that basically look like bowling balls. Would you say that? You're looking at the pictures, right?
They're bigger than bowling balls.
They're bigger than bowling balls. Tattooed. And she's got lips the size of, I don't know, an elephant's asshole. I mean, they are fucking... An elephant with hemorrhoids are her lips. So she's like... What I want to do...
An ass blister?
I'm going to put these pictures up on our Instagram and whatever so you guys can see it because it's so unbelievable what she looks like. And I want to know the doctor that did the surgery on her that agreed to do this. His medical license should be taken away.
No.
You like this. It's freedom, I guess. It's freedom to look.
I don't like this, no.
But it's freedom
you don't fucking charge. And that could go in so many fucking directions.
It's true.
It's like you are an adult.
I know.
You are conscious.
I agree.
Right? You want this. I'm able to do it. I'm going to give it to you.
All right, but here's the story. So this big boob weirdo, that's what I'm going to call her, Mary Magdalene, gets kicked off an American Airlines flight. They say, American Airlines says, not because of her barely covered gigantic boobs, but because she was acting erratic and they thought maybe she was drunk. That's what they say. But look at her. I mean, you guys have got to see the pictures. It's unbelievable. And the picture on the right, Dale, where she's wearing the black and the scarf, that's what she wore on the airplane. That's what she wore on the airplane. And the ticket agents let her on board the airplane looking like that. Do you think that's appropriate?
I think that's fine.
I think that's
fine.
Hardly fine.
I think that's fine.
Her boobs are completely 100% out.
I think that's fine.
Anyway,
but I think it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get kicked off an airline. It takes a lot. Do you agree?
I agree that it takes a lot. They say that she was drunk. They say that she was drunk. So that was
not from what you fucking look like. You were doing some bullshit and we're not going to deal with it. Get the fuck off the flight.
Mary Magdalene says that she was booked on a different flight and eventually got home, but claims that the whole incident was disgusting and dehumanizing and insists that she's going to sue American Airlines.
Good luck. Good
luck with that. Now, this next story.
Just a piece of shit.
Well, I think that she's a work of art.
She's a piece of shit is what she is.
I think American Airlines needs to have some standards. And I think that is not allowed. Cover up your boobs. Your boobs should not be hanging out. Anyway.
Her nipples weren't hanging out, and I think that's the standard now.
So is she a piece of shit? Or I don't know. I don't know where you stand on this. Because at one second you said that she should be allowed on the airplane like this, and the next second you say she's a piece of shit. So which one is she?
But you told me she was allegedly drunk.
She was drunk and acting erratically.
So she's a piece of shit.
There you go.
I mean, you can get on the airplane looking like that. Bring out your boobs as long as your nipples are covered, because apparently that's like the standard now, right? That's what's socially acceptable. As long as your nipples are covered, whatever. As long as you can fit in the seat, that's fine. But you know airline policy. If you're fucking drunk and you're being erratic, then you're not going to fucking fly. So get the fuck off the plane.
What about this guy? So you were just last week, I think you were talking about how you really enjoy watching this border security,
fucking love
U.S.
that
Customs
show.
And Border Security Australia show.
Well,
and you said you can't watch the American version.
I can't. So I can watch the American version on my. For some reason, when I go to Facebook and I go to the watch option at the bottom, it comes up constantly, but I can't find it for TV, which is fine. But what I have found out is that Border Security, the TV show, is in Canada, Australia, and there's a UK version.
All right, but
the one that we get is the Australian version.
All right, but what you need is the U.S. version, because this would have been on there. U.S. Customs and Border Patrol officers found a wheelchair packed with 23 pounds of cocaine at Charlotte's Douglas Airport last Tuesday. A 22-year-old male flying in from the Dominican Republic was arrested and charged. The street value of the cocaine, $378,000.
This is the job that I want. This is the job that I want to do.
It was packed inside the seat and inside the rails.
I know.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that a person who watches, and I've watched a lot of them. I watched the American one, the US one.
Yeah.
I've watched the Canadian one, the British one, the Australian one, and I always root for the Border Patrol. I always root for those fuckers because people...
You never root for the bad guys? What's wrong with you?
Because people fucking suck. people fucking suck. And when you suspect something, fuck you if you think, oh, they should be given the benefit of the doubt. Fuck you. Fuck you if you believe that. I am all about CBP and all of these fucking things, and I want to see him catch them, and I want to see him go to fucking jail.
All right, well, I don't think there's anyone listening to the show that would disagree with you, so you don't have to get all hot and bothered.
It's a great show, but I'm telling you, there's satisfaction when you watch the show, because you know how they always cut to commercial.
Oh, I watched the
always
one...
at the great parts, right? And then they come back and say, oh, what happened to those? Oh, well, they went to jail for 5 years. Oh, well, their crime wasn't as serious as enough, so their visa was void and they can't come back to the country for 3 years. I fucking love that shit. I fucking love it, and I want to be the person to tell someone that because I want to have control, and I think being important is important.
Oh my God. Being important is important.
I think that's a great.
I love that one we were watching recently about the family that had like all that fucking weird Asian stuff with like bugs and all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
and almost a lot of, but the percentage of the food was all infested with bugs, and all that was there. But the problem is that they brought so much food, it was considered commercial, but they never declared it. I was like, see, that's my jam. That's my jam, is to get people, because people fucking suck, and you got to put them in their fucking place.
All right, so I know what you should do. If you ever get like, you need some extra cash, I think you should go get a job at the U.S. Border and Custom. Right down there at the airport. Harry Reid. Sounds like a porn, doesn't it?
I just think that's a job that's up my fucking alley. Up my alley.
Something's up your alley. It's going to be me later. Hey, we have a correction from last week. New York City. The city of New York City.
It's not a dump.
The government of New York City is a fucking liar. We reported last night that the very last payphone was removed from New York City last week.
That was all over the news.
And guess what? Was not true.
Oh.
The city government
missed one.
The city government admitted that it wasn't true. They knew it wasn't true when they publicized the fact. They did it because they wanted to make a big thing about this last phone booth going into the museum that we talked about. Remember?
So fucking stupid.
A New Yorker magazine article writer found at least 4 working phones in the city after the fact, and he used those phones to call city officials to say, dude, I'm calling you from a payphone on the street in New York City. What the fuck?
And you know what should happen is the people who put that article out there should be fucking fired. And I know it's petty.
They did it.
But it's principle.
These are people the article or the people who put the... You're talking about the city, not the article. The New Yorker is the one who called foul on them. You want them to be in trouble?
Who's the one who made the big thing with the picture, with the crane?
The city of New York.
The city of New York made that claim that this was the last fucking payphone.
And it wasn't true. There's at least 4 more.
Who's at fault? Who's at fault? The
city of New York.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
You said the writer.
No, but okay. So the city, and the thing is that this is so petty. It's petty. But those people should fucking lose their jobs. They should lose their jobs.
But they're not going to.
They're not going to.
No.
And I know it's petty. But this has become a bigger issue amongst other things, and
it's the sign of our times. Are you kidding me?
You have to lie.
Everything is about
the removal of the last payphone in New York City,
and people buy it,
and you have to lie about that,
it.
and people buy it and believe it, and it matters nothing.
Right?
It's the principle of the thing.
Right?
Is that you are hired, you are taking your salary is being paid by taxpayer funds of the New York City. I want to put you on the stand. Why did you lie?
Right.
Why did you think this was important enough to fucking lie about when there's 6 fucking more fucking payphones around the fucking city?
They told the New Yorker magazine writer that they lied because they wanted to do publicity for this museum piece.
Bullshit.
That was
But
the
it's
reason.
bullshit.
All right, I agree with you that it's bullshit. That's the whole point of this story. That's the whole point. But it also talks about a larger problem in society today where there's so much misinformation and so much lying going on. Politicians, government service people, celebrities, everybody's lying all the time.
Right.
You have to take everything you hear with a grain of salt and do more research, which is why I applaud the New Yorker for going out there and saying, dude, there's still 4 more working phones.
Right.
So this whole thing is bullshit.
No. And this is what the media's for, right? This is what the media's for.
I hope so. With the same thing with voter fraud, which is, all the Republicans that said there's voter fraud. There's voter fraud. Everyone's cheating. Everyone's cheating.
It's not a problem.
And people are saying, no, it's really not.
It's not. It's just not a problem.
Yes, there's a couple things here and there that were bad, but we're talking about like one hand you could count
here and there. It's just not a problem.
So don't. Basically, the thing here that you guys need to remember is don't believe everything you read. Do your own research. And we fell for it last week. That's why I'm bringing it up on the show this week.
Well, that's what's
reported. We reported.
That you have to do your own research, and that these people who are people of government who have been hired or not elected,
right,
and they just refuse to fucking state the facts.
And I really hope that people that listen to the Swish Edition think that they're getting good facts.
Oh God, no!
I do research.
No.
Which
Yes,
is
we
why
do
I'm
research,
doing.
But don't take the Swish Edition.
But that's why I'm doing
for any.
I know, but that's why I'm doing a correction, because I want people to know that what we said last week isn't true. It's not true. We found out that it wasn't true, and that's why we're correcting it.
Right.
And I would hope that Tucker Carlson and Nora O'Donnell and Gayle King,
Laura
and
Ingraham,
Anderson Cooper, and all of them, I hope they'll all come back online and say, hey, you know what? What I told you yesterday isn't true.
That's
I
never
found
gonna
out.
happen.
Right? I wish it
never
would.
gonna happen.
All right, let's switch to the White House. White House interns. I love this story, and you know why. White House interns will finally get paid starting in fall 2022.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
This is the first time ever. I don't know. Why do you say that? That's crazy.
Because interns don't get paid.
All right, well, actually,
interns don't get paid.
It turns out that the White House is behind the times. Most private sector internships are now including stipends.
Really?
Most of them are getting paid, yes. So if you work for Price Waterhouse, or if you go work for Anderson Cooper or whatever, you're going to get some kind of stipend as an intern. White House interns are now getting $750 per week for their 14-week program. They have to work at least 35 hours a week, and that comes out to about $21.43 an hour. That's more than they're going to make at McDonald's.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Folks are heralding the decision because they're saying that unpaid internships are mainly for wealthier students who can afford to house and feed themselves while working a full-time job. It's true.
Blah, blah.
So this is where Scott has to say, that's Scott being me, I was a White House intern. It's one of my claims.
Were you paid?
It's one of my claims to fame. I was not paid.
Right.
I worked there September, October, November, and December.
Internships are not paid positions.
I got not a dime, and my mom and dad paid for my apartment. We got an apartment over there on 15th Street. You know it, right across from the Holiday Inn and 15th and Rhode Island.
I know, by the Doubletree Hotel.
That's right. That's where I was. And they gave me nothing.
It's not Doubletree anymore. I think it's
I don't know what it is.
It's not a Doubletree.
Anyway, so I worked in the Vice President of the United States office. That is, they call it a White House intern. Anyway, White House interns getting paid starting this fall. I think that's great, I guess, except that taxpayers are going to pay for it. Hey, Dale brought this story to me. Very exciting for someone who loves Santa Fe, New Mexico. Dale and I lived in Santa Fe for about, what was that, 6 months?
6 months, almost exactly. Yes.
And we used to go to the Camel Rock Casino. It was about 6 miles from our house in Santa Fe. It has now been closed. It's now called the Camel Rock Studios. They took a casino, an Indian casino, and they turned it into a Hollywood
I fucking
production
love this.
company.
I fucking love this.
I love this so much. This is the a tribe there, the I can't say it.
No, I'm waiting because I know that I know the name.
Tasuke Indians are getting in the Hollywood game, and they have sold their project to AMC and AMC Plus.
And they got a winner here. They
it
got a
really
winner
is
here.
good. Now, so this is based on a very famous writer. His name is Tony Hillerman. Actually, if you look very closely, you may see a Tony Hillerman book here in my office, Dale.
Mm-hmm.
I love his work.
I'll look later.
Yeah, he wrote this great series of detective novels. And this series is called Dark Winds. It's going to premiere on AMC and AMC Plus this coming Sunday, June 12th. And the guy behind it, who's producing it, we love him. You guys know him. Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin. He's helping.
Yeah.
And he lives in Santa Fe.
He's a big Santa Fe guy.
And he was also the guy behind Meow Wolf, which is one of our favorite kind of artistic things.
The first Meow Wolf among many.
Yeah.
Was in Santa Fe.
So the book follows, and the series will follow a Navajo police detective as they go about their business. And each episode, $5 million budget.
Fuck.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be a good show. Dark Winds, AMC Plus, AMC. It'll be also on your cable system starting this coming Sunday. Excited about that.
I just think
and
it's
it was
great.
made in Santa Fe.
It was made in Santa Fe, and we have a connection to that. But I also like this because, I mean, and I actually think this happens is that you have like the Indian tribes, and I think there's a lot of people in this country. A lot of people aren't affected by this and don't see this, but we've actually saw a little bit of this living in Santa Fe and actually traveling across the country of Arizona and Texas, and you see these tribes. You can see them off in the distance, but there's also a matter of these tribes and the police of what we know today. We have to interact with these people, and this is where the show is kind of intertwined.
Okay.
No?
Yeah, that was a good assumption of what's happening on this show.
Yeah, I'm a little drunk.
You have no idea what this show is about, do you?
I do.
Oh, you do?
But I just can't explain it.
You can't explain it.
Not right now.
But if people tune in on Sunday, they can watch it.
Yes. I think it's actually going to be really good.
Do.
I'm loving it.
And so when you
get some chicken nuggets before you watch.
You sent me this article. I mean, you sent me this article about Dark Skies, the new show that takes place in Santa Fe. And that made me think of bisons for some reason, because they're kind of out in the wild, right? And that made me think of, did you hear about this? There was a bison attack in Yellowstone Park.
I'm sure they deserved it.
Last Monday.
I'm sure they deserved it.
A 25-year-old Ohio woman approached a bison. She got too close for comfort. Visitors at Yellowstone are told to stay 25 yards or more away from wild animals. But she got within feet of this animal. And I don't know if you know how big a bison is. It's like an elephant. It's fucking huge.
I've actually seen one in person. I've been to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I've seen them in person, but in a distance.
The animal charged her, gored her, and threw her 10 feet into the air. Early reports said that the woman died, but then it was retracted. But we don't know anything about her condition because her family's keeping it private. So we don't know if she's died or if she's in grave condition. But otherwise, she was gored by the bison. Which gored, if you're gored by something, that sounds bad.
But you know what? But
gored. What does that even mean?
That's bad, and that's
bad,
and that's very sad.
That rhymes.
However, I'm not upset. I'm not upset because I think people are ignorant and just stupid and feel like they can just do whatever. And so you get what you ask for.
It turns out, I didn't know this, so I did a little research. Bison are the largest mammals in North America.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
They've injured more people at Yellowstone than any other animal.
Because people are stupid.
According to the Park Service.
Because they want to pet them.
Bison are unpredictable and very strong. And although they can weigh as much as 1 ton and stand about 6 feet tall, if you were looking at their shoulders, bisons can run up to 35 miles an hour, which is 3 times faster than humans. So guess what? You can't outrun them.
She was warned. You're warned. You're warned.
Now, here's the funny part about this article that I didn't understand. They say there are between 2,300 and 5,500 bison in Yellowstone. Do they really not know how many there are? That's a big difference, 2,300 and 5,500. I mean, I guess they haven't done a count lately.
Well, who wants to get that close?
No, you should not get that close.
And now for something completely different.
So, another supply chain shortage. Did you hear about this, Dale?
Another one?
Well, we have some friends that love to go to the movies.
Is it tampons?
It's not. No, tampons are still readily available, as far as I know.
Because that'd be the day. Jesus, you know what? That'd be the day.
I mean, just yesterday it was baby formula. Today it's popcorn and candy. Movies have been getting back to business, as we're going to be talking about in our next segment, but they're not ready for people. Theaters from coast to coast are having a hard time stocking popcorn buckets, bags, plastic cups, nacho trays, and even soda flavors. Some theaters are even reduced to buying unused stuff from shuttered theaters. So, like, AMC's buying stuff from, like, I don't know, Regency that's closed. I don't know. And with the wrong logos on them.
Oh, my God.
Popcorn is also tight because the consortium of farmers that grow popcorn, and believe me, so it's corn, right?
Yeah.
But you have to grow it a certain way for it to become popcorn.
Yes.
They're not growing popcorn. Instead, they're moving to more lucrative crops like soybeans because they don't need as much fertilizer as corn does. So basically, we're going to have a corn shortage in this country very soon.
Which, if you think that we have a problem now,
Yeah.
wait till corn goes away.
Wait till corn goes away because
people
think
don't
about all the
realize
things that you
everything
eat
has
every
corn
day.
in it. I mean,
tortillas.
It could be your chocolate bar that has corn in it. You don't realize what corn goes into.
Yeah. So don't be surprised if the next time you go to the movie theater, there's no fucking popcorn because the farmers don't want to make it no more.
And you don't eat anyway.
You don't need it. Just, you know what? You can just smuggle in a kind bar or something. I don't know. Actually, what did we read recently that the AMC people, they don't care what you bring in. You're allowed to bring in stuff. Just fill your pockets. It's okay.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah. You don't think it's true?
No. But I'm also was to tell you that we surpassed 30 minutes. And we should go.
I'm up away from my microphone, closing the door because of the dogs, and he's telling me that we should hurry up. But I have some movie news because I think this is important because this just came out yesterday. Did you see this? Neve Campbell has announced that she won't be appearing in Scream 6.
Hooray.
Because
she's horrible.
They lowballed her salary. She said, I felt the offer that was presented to me did not equate to the value I brought to the franchise.
She brought no value.
But is Scream without Sidney Prescott? I mean, she's been in the first 5 movies. Since 1996, when the first Scream came out, Wes Craven's movie franchise has made over $744 million. So don't tell me that this is not a big thing. But apparently they didn't think that Neve Campbell deserved a decent salary.
Doesn't, because she's horrible.
They've hired Hayden Panettiere. Is that how you say it?
Hayden Panettiere.
She's coming back as Kirby Reed. She was in Scream 4. She's coming back for Scream 6. Courtney Cox has signed up for Scream 6. She'll be back. And she said that the script is really good. She was once married to David Arquette, who will not be back as Dewey. And I can't tell you why, but in case you didn't watch Scream 5, I don't want to tell you why, but he's not coming back. He can't come back as Dewey.
Good.
Is that a spoiler?
No.
Is it a spoiler to tell you that David Arquette can't come back as Dewey because of Scream 5?
I'm so far I'm so far just
We don't
done
care.
with this shit.
Yeah.
I'm just done. And I'm just done. And I don't like the Arquettes. I
don't like any of the Arquettes?
I don't think they're very good. I just don't think they're very good.
They're a little crazy. They're a little crazy.
They're batshit crazy.
You probably know that Top Gun Maverick is the #1 movie in the country right now. It's made over $550 million as of yesterday worldwide. And impressive score on Rotten Tomatoes, Dale, 97%, which is hard to do.
I won't watch it because
of
of Tom Cruise.
You and I will not watch it. But did you know this? An Israeli-based widow and her son are suing.
read this today.
They're suing Paramount because the widow's husband, who is now dead, was the author of the 1983 article that inspired the original 1996 movie Top Gun.
Yeah. I don't think they have a leg to stand on.
They say that the contract had a 35-year termination clause. And because the fact that Top Gun Maverick came out in 2022, they want damages, they want to be paid, and they want the movie taken out of theaters as of today.
No, not going to happen.
Paramount claims that this is without merit and said it's bullshit, mostly because the movie was completed and has been on the shelf since January 2020. That's true. They've been holding this movie until after the pandemic because they wanted the fucking money from the theater.
Yeah.
Even though you can go to the theater and not get no popcorn. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think they're going to win with this one.
They're not going to win. They're not going to win.
But they're trying. And up next for Dale and Scott, we are actually going. So we're not going to go see Maverick. We're not going to do it. But we are. Dale bought tickets for Jurassic World Dominion. It opens this Friday, June 10th. And actually in most major markets, if you look on your computer or your phone, you can buy tickets on Thursday. So if you want to watch it on June 9th, this Thursday, you can. Dale bought tickets for what, next Tuesday?
Tuesday.
We're going way after the fact because we don't like people. So we're hoping that we can avoid people by going after a couple days. But it does look good. It looks fun.
It looks good, but I don't have high hopes. I think it's going to be just stupid.
I have one more thing before we go. I want to make a wide-ranging comment here about season-long mysteries of late. If you guys are watching streaming media like everyone else is, Dale and I just finished The Flight Attendant season 2. We also watched, what was that show? That British mystery show. Yeah. There's a lot of shows that have a season-long mystery, right?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about The Flight Attendant. And they basically are so fucking lazy that they wrap up the entire mystery in 5 minutes at the very end with one character explaining to another character what happened.
It makes it stupid.
It's what happened with, I don't want to give it away. It's horrible that I'm saying this about The Flight Attendant if you guys have not watched it yet, because I actually enjoyed the series. I really enjoyed it.
It was okay.
But it was lazy. And I'm seeing it more and more today on TV movies, not movies as much as TV series that have an ongoing arc, right? And then they basically, at the very end, decide to wrap it all up in one quick little 5-minute segment. And I think it's fucking bullshit, and I think it's lazy. I really do.
And it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's very unbelievable. So that's how I wanted to end the show today. How's that?
Good. You telling me it's over?
It's over, and we went way over.
Hooray!
What do you want to do now?
Go to bed.
It's too early to go to bed. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Up my alley.
Something's up your alley. It's gonna be me later.